Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for a much-anticipated main event. This should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp. Lewis is making his way to the ring right now, and he's doing so with a very business-like approach to things. He's had this experience so many times, and success has always come on the back end of these ring walks. It's his focus at this moment that delivers it.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's touch gloves.
I want to see some head.
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one. Teddy, can the shorter fighter in a matchup like this be effective with a power punch, or does he have to reach up too much?
Joe, not only can a shorter fighter in this kind of situation be effective, he will be effective if he comes out of a weave with a punch, because now, usually the taller guy, he's punching down. And when you punch down, you leave an opening.
Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot.
Hook! Hook!
Up top with the quick hook. Here's a moment here as you see the step-back counter punch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery swinging out there.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he forces them into a position to stop the punch. And then when he stops, steps back, makes a miss, and comes right back.
Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Halfway through round number one. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good block by Lennox Lewis. Great movement to get away from those punches. That right hand serving him well. Good way to protect the midsection. Solid left hand to the head. Some serious damage done on that power shot to the head.
Dropped his hand, paid a price.
Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's landing power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night's work.
Big uppercut right on the mark. Teddy, give me a sense of your expectations of Lennox Lewis here tonight.
What I always expect, use that size, use that reach, and somewhere before the night is over, land the right hand.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep that jab pumping, then throw the lead right hand. You're winning this fight hands down, baby. Looking good. Looking real good, baby. Keep your hands up, all right? Keep them up.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. That's a stinging right hand by Lewis. That is a strong uppercut there. Lennox blocks a punch. Scored well up top. He clearly came in with a strategy here tonight, Teddy. And so many times it's, hey, I'm going to bang that drum.
Yeah, he is banging that drum. That drum happens to be the body. And he figures that he's going to try to move on him, so start doing it early on, and later on, he's going to have a guy in front of him.
Solid hook upstairs. Targeting a left hand down low. Lennox Lewis possesses what any great heavyweight champion should possess, and that's the ability to get rid of somebody, and for him, it comes with the right hand.
Yeah, and for him, it's set up by the jab. He understands that having that power is only part of the equation. You have to get into the target. That jab is his laser beam.
There's that right hand he scores with. Last 10 seconds. It's much too early for him to be hearing this kind of analysis, but it's true. Lewis's punches right now are slowing down. He's tired.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if he's mentally tired, he's discouraged, or physically he didn't put the work in.
You can almost see it just by the way a fighter sits down on their stool at the end of a round. As we come to the end of this round, you can tell that he's full of confidence, and he can't wait to get right back out there and continue doing what he was doing.
Well, you're right. The first thing that I notice is his back's not leaning against the corner pad. You know, that's a defeated fighter. That's a fighter. He don't want to go back. Something bad happened to him. You know, he's leaning back like that. You have to pick him up from the stool. He's got all his weight forward. He can't wait to get going. You know that he's positive. You know that he had a good round.
Lewis's movement's really helping him out, avoiding that punch. Goes up top with a right hand.
Back to the body.
Lewis's jab can do so much there. He used it well that time. blocks that punch. Missed the body shot. Lewis's defense is now serving him well. Nice job blocking that punch. Lennox Lewis with a big uppercut. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Zones in on that overhand right. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Lewis. Lewis is missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found.
Let's see some more head movement.
Solid hook. Nice strike after catching one by Lewis.
Jump on him right now.
Watch the body, kid. Body shot.
Right to the body.
Side to side. Move your head from side to side. Come on now.
10 clicks of the talk. Did you see that? What a powerful hook to the head. Right hand crashes home. He never saw it coming. He should tie up. And that's the end of round 3.
Got me? He's out working. You're stronger than him. Look, you got any more of these?
Okay, deep breath now, deep breath. Relax. You all right? You need to just keep your hands up, don't worry now. I just need you to focus. Keep your hands up and keep...
Well, if anything has been learned from the first 3 rounds is that sometimes just being the busier fighter will do well for you. And that's the case right now for him as he's up 2-1 on Teddy's scorecard.
Yeah, not always landing a lot. You put it very well, Joe. Not always landing a lot. But keeping his opponent defensive and keeping him from doing what he wants to do.
Snaps that jab out.
Oh, keep your feet moving.
How much of what Lewis does well is the fact that he has a great identity of himself as a fighter?
Well, that's all of it. Because, you know, we've talked about his body. We've talked about all those things, the physical power. You have to know how to use it and what way you're going to go about that. He has discovered that.
Lennox Lewis blocks that punch. And now you see him scoring well with the right. Did you see that? Oh, that got him. That wrecked him right there. He's down for the first time. Hard to prepare for a situation like this, but many do. He's been down, now he's got to survive.
So that's where you're wrong. It's not hard to prepare, it's a must to prepare. If you're a trainer, that's what you do in the gym. You teach a guy, if you're in this situation, this is what you do. You grab on, you move your head, you survive.
Really on the mark with that over-the-top shot with the right hand. Showing you some defense there with the block. Not guarding his body well at all. Down in South Africa against Asim Rahman. Visions of that right now as the power punch landed. Lewis beating the count. Back up, ready for action. Lennox Lewis is making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch.
Watch that!
Up top with the right hand. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. So he scores a knockdown in the last round. Now he gets to settle down and gather himself a bit.
Fighting his game.
Do you go after it? Do you get super aggressive here, having had your man hurt? Or do you still have to employ a certain amount of caution?
It's kind of like being at the carnival. You know, you just hit the bullseye and you got that big stuffed animal you can give to your wife or your girlfriend. But now he doesn't want you to go away with that.
Oh, no.
No. He tells you, wait a minute, try again. You could trade that in for something either bigger, but you might lose the one you have already. That's the question.
How quickly can he recover? That's one of the questions that'll be answered early on in this round after being knocked down in that last round.
Well, what he has to do is go out.
Wow, nice flush left hand.
Now put him away!
Now this is a byproduct of his energy level being low. He's desperate, so he ties up his opponent.
Well, this is part of being a fighter. This is part of being a pro in anything you do. There's times where it's all going your way. There's times where you got to make it go your way. You got to make an adjustment. He's doing what he has to do.
Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Lewis is coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Solid uppercut. Lewis is just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Teddy, in any way, can Lennox Lewis be considered predictable with looking for that jab, setting up the right hand?
Yeah, he can be a little bit, but with that long jab, kind of like a pitch in baseball, you know, you can take speed off it. You can hit the corners a little bit. He can change that jab. 3/4 jab instead of a full jab, half jab. He can give you different looks.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut.
Unload!
Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. End of the round is upon us, and we have a fighter in front of us who just looks gassed. He looks tired. Now, Teddy, What can he do to overcome that when this fight starts back up?
Well, first of all, this is where you search into those corners that you're not forced to search. Kind of like when you were a kid and your mother told you to clean your room and go into those little nooks and crannies where you never knew there was dirt. Now you got to start looking into nooks and crannies inside yourself, places you didn't know were there before. You better find them. You better find them quick.
You don't need that. No, throw that away.
Back to live action now in what has been a closely contested fight. One of those fights that somebody is still waiting to break through and be a difference maker in. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there are some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counterpunching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Just ate a big uppercut. He's a big shot he just scored with. And once again, he goes down. The question is, can he rise up again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
Reaching the halfway point of round number 6.
Left and right.
Lewis's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Big shot comes crashing home. Can he beat the count? I don't think so here, Teddy.
Now I know where they got that saying, falling like a sack of potatoes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The ref is stopping this fight. Lewis's power just much too much for his opponent. Another knockout for him. Sometimes that's all it takes, Teddy. Just one good shot can end the evening.
You just wonder how hard he tried to actually get back up, but I'm not in his body.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.